Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tech Talk here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. This is where we take technical analysis looking at charts and past price history and option analysis. Give us some perspective on what is implied as far as forecasted future moves in the stock. Basically, folks, what I want to do, look at the picture, see what the stock's been doing, look at the options, and have the options tell us what they think the stock could potentially do with a 50 to 68% probability of occurring within that range. I think that would be very helpful. Let's jump in. Some stocks that I want to take a look at today are stocks that are going to have earnings over the next 24 hours. We have 2 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon tomorrow. Nothing of note this afternoon, so we're going to jump in right now and take a look at Carnival Corp. Carnival Corp has been on a wonderful upswing above its 20 and 50-day moving average. You can see right now that 57.17 and 55.85, those are the 2 support levels. Carnival basically at highs that we haven't seen since 2005, before the financial crisis. Been moving to the upside very nicely. Now, with earnings coming up, the first thing you want to do is take a look at the options. And basically what you do is take that straddle strangle market. I've discussed this in past tech talks, but basically right now the options are pricing in that going into the earnings announcement that Carnival could move either up or down $2.05. So on this $58 stock, you're talking about basically about a 4% move going into this event, either up or down. We could see it as high as 60 and some change or as low as 56 and some change. In this area right here, that's where the battle of the bulls starts. In other words, a break of the 20-day and a challenge of the 50-day means the short-term bulls will be put on notice, and the intermediate-term bulls, they're going to be basically assessing the situation, specifically what were the earnings results, and if it starts to get more negative, that would represent itself a break through this 50-day moving average, which again comes in at 55.85. So the levels that we're going to watch are 57 and 58, 55, 56. Those are the levels on the downside we're going to watch. Any upside, you're talking about all-time highs. So the stock has been moving with momentum. Didn't even blip really comparative to the remainder of the market, especially like when you look at consumer discretionaries and so forth. And this is an international company. This is also a company, when you look at it, they're not just completely focused on domestic business here, or in other words, they're not reliant just on consumers here in the United States. They're an extremely large global company. So if Europe and China, Asia, Australia, all these emerging as well as robust economies are moving to the upside and the consumers stay strong, Carnival, that could be a catalyst to the upside, but we'll see with earnings tomorrow. The next stock that I want to take a look at is Darden Restaurants, ticker symbol DRI. Darden's currently trading down 98 cents. They're going to be announcing tomorrow morning before the open. Stock's trading at 75.73. Now, this is more of a consumer-centric, domestically-centric stock. I mean, basically, you're talking about like, I think it's the Olive Gardens of the world. And you saw that today it actually challenged its 20-day moving average. It hasn't settled below it, 75.74, 75.71. So it's actually challenging it right now. Let's see where the close comes out. But right now you have short-term bulls. They're kind of on their toes right now, or your heels, however you want to look at it. The options right now are pricing in the potential for Darden Restaurants going into this expiration cycle being either up $3 or down $3. It's actually around $2.86, but I rounded it up a little bit. That means that we could see the stock somewhere between 72 and some change, or as high as 78 and some change, or right around below $78. 78 is where we saw some recent highs as far back as last year. We saw those in December. We haven't seen that challenged all year so far in 2017. This is a consumer discretionary stock. Restaurant stocks tend to get a little volatile. So we'll continue to watch this and see how this leads off that sector. The consumer is the backbone. As a matter of fact, if you take a look at the Russell 2000 or the IWM, which is the ETF that tracks the Russell 2000, it's been under duress, but this has been holding up quite well in spite of the fact that we have a consumer that might be getting a little bit mixed. But data hasn't shown that just quite yet, but the market action in the small domestically centric stocks have been under pressure as of late. Then finally, Restoration Hardware, ticker symbol RH. RH has been moving to the upside. This one we're going to watch. The specialty retailers, we're going to watch very closely. We want to see how they're actually doing as far as their online strategy. They do have a pretty extensive bricks and mortar exposure. The 20-day moving average comes into play at 34 and 31 for almost $32, $31.87 for the 50-day. Now, for the previous earnings, you saw a pretty decent gap and then a gap up to the upside. So you have here the previous earnings right here. They came in at 68 cents. They beat by 3 cents, which was a 4.62% beat. You saw that the market took kindly to that, and you saw that it went through its 20 and its 50-day moving average the following day. Or that morning post earnings. Let's see if that continues to resume itself, especially up here where it's been consolidating. Hasn't been able to break through its previous earnings high, which was right around the 30. Let's see, this is right around, I want to say the 39 level. Yep, 39.28 was its previous area right up in here. Let's see if it re-challenges that. That was from its previous earnings back in December of last year. So we'll see if the earnings can be a catalyst either the upside or downside. RH options are pricing in a range of $2.90 either up or down. So basically you're looking at around a 6-7% move being priced in as far as range is concerned going into this earnings announcement for Restoration Hardware. So that is how we're looking at currently 3 stocks that are going to have earnings tomorrow. Now you can have better transparency on what the forecasted move is going into these earnings events. Now you're going to be able to establish strategies and position management that's much more transparent than just basically hoping and praying. All right, folks, we'll see you at 4:30 Eastern Time. I'm going to wrap up everything from today's action. See you then here at MarketStream.live.